Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Smart TCG, and today I'm going to be going over Raging Bolt EX. Raging Bolt EX is a brand new card from the brand new set Temporal Forces, and I actually think has a lot of potential in the standard format. Post rotation is upon us. Temporal Forces as well has just came out, and this is one of the more underrated cards I think in the set. A lot of people have been focusing on cards like Iron Crown, all the new ace specs, but I think this one is actually one of the most powerful ones to come out of the brand new set. Raging Bolt EX is a 240 HP ancient dragon type Pokemon with that Bellowing Thunder. Bellowing Thunder deals 70 times 70 for each basic energy card that you discard from your Pokemon, and its first attack, Burst Roar, allowing you to discard your hand and draw 6, is a really nice setup attack. We're going to be getting energies on the field with Sandy Shock. Sandy Shocks came out in Paradox Rift, but hasn't necessarily seen any play over the past couple of months since it has been released, just because it didn't have a whole lot of support, and now it does. Its ability, Magnetic Absorption. Once during your turn, if your opponent has 4 or fewer prize cards remaining, you get to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So we're going to be using Magnetic Absorption multiple times per turn after they've taken a couple of prize cards, and then that will allow us to power up our Bellowing Thunder. We also have cards like Energy Switch as well, where we can move that energy from the Sandy Shocks on to the Raging Bolt, because we do need 2 energies, and sometimes you can't always find yourself the Professor Sada's Vitality, which is going to be the main way we get energies onto the field, specifically onto that Raging Bolt EX. We also have one prize attacker, Slither Wing, as well, which can be quite nice. Dealing 120 damage, you deal 90 yourself, and you get to burn your opponent's active Pokemon, and also Stomp Off as well. You can potentially catch some people off guard, being able to discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Prime Catcher as well is going to be the ace spec of choice, arguably the best card in the brand new set Temporal Forces. You switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot, and if you do, you switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. You can only play one ace spec in the deck, and that is the one that I have decided to play. The list will be in the description, and yeah, let's hop in some games and show off just how powerful this deck is. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. All right, let's hop into it. Alrighty, so hopping into it, looks like we're going to be going up against Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir EX is a deck that still is actually relatively strong in the post rotation format, so we'll see how we're able to do against it. Definitely want to get some early aggression, potentially knock them out really quickly with Burning Turbulence, if we're able to do so. However, hand is looking a little bit shaky here, so we'll see exactly what we're able to do. We're going to put down the Sandy Shocks. We're going to Nest Ball here. I think we're going to get ourselves... got a couple options here. I think we'll grab the Radiant Greninja. That seems okay. And then I guess we could Ultra Ball here and get ourselves a Lumineon to just Iono, just to kind of fix this admittedly mess of a hand. The hand is definitely not too great. Unfortunately, cannot Sada. We're actually really close to having an explosive start, but I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot here. I guess I could also get Squawkabilly onto the field as well and use Squawk. However, I'm going against a deck that has Scream Tail, so might want to potentially avoid that. So we're going to bench down the Radiant Greninja. Going to use the Ultra Ball here. Going to be able to get rid of the Professor Sadas and the Ultra Ball. Going to grab ourselves a Lumineon. We're going to use the Lumineon here and just use Iono. Don't necessarily want to burn another Sada. This doesn't really seem worth it. So we're just going to use the Iono and shuffle up and take a turn off and use potentially Stomp Off. See what we're able to do here. They're probably going to use that TM Evo to be able to evolve, take a turn off, then we can potentially Boss's Orders that next turn, and we'll be putting ourselves in a pretty decent spot. So we're going to use the Radiant Greninja, tossing away the Lightning Energy, drawing a couple of cards. We're going to attach for turn. We also have 4 Seal Stone for that next turn, so things are looking quite nice here. We're gonna grab ourselves that Raging Bolt EX, put it down onto the field, and then we're gonna use Stomp Off, discarding the top card of their deck. See if we get something important. It is a Buddy Puffin, so not necessarily something super good, but not terrible as well. So all right, let's see exactly what they're able to do. Probably gonna see them go into a couple of Curlias here. Gotta assume we see an energy hit the discard pile. Gonna be able to search their deck with that Earthen Vessel for 2 Psychic Energies. Now in this situation, what we're probably going to want to do is just target down their Curlias. You know, when they're able to get so many Curlias set up, it can become quite difficult, because when they go into Gardevoirs, they just have a ton of control over their board. Things can get pretty scary. However, it does look like we gave them a rare candy off that Iono, which is a little bit scary here. So things are going to be looking a little bit shaky, as especially we see multiple psychics sitting in the discard pile. So yeah, things are a little bit spooky. Things are definitely spooky here. So we'll see what they do. Searching their deck, probably gonna get themselves something like a Corellia. They're currently doing 120, so not necessarily doing an insane amount of damage. They don't actually have enough yet to knock any of our Pokemon out. So although they do have rare candy, they don't have anything to knock out. And they're actually playing the fighting energy, so I guess they're playing Raging Bolt as well. So it's going to be Raging Bolt on Gardevoir. Raging Bolt here is just kind of cool. There's the fighting energy getting tossed away. I wonder what this is for. Maybe they play Lumineon, or maybe they're just getting a second refinement just to kind of focus on that next turn of the game. We do see another Ralts hit the board. Maybe valuing that a little bit more over the Corellia, which is a little bit interesting, as we should just be able to now and get ourselves another fighting energy, use Burning Turbulence. But let's see exactly what they put this damage on. This is really the interesting thing here. What do they decide to target with this 120 damage that they'll be able to use? They could have maybe even just retreated into EX and used Miracle Force and just KO'd the Slither Wing, but then maybe they thought they were going to run a risk of potentially just getting blown up by that Raging Bolt. But it does look like their decision here is to damage the bench Raging Bolt. So anyways, action is back on me here. Got a couple of options. We're going to start off here with Pokégear just to see exactly what we end up getting. We could also use the Town Store, however, you know, I guess we could maybe just do that just to thin out, because I doubt Town Store is going to give them too many like crazy important things. I doubt they even play, I mean maybe they play tool cards, but I don't think it's too much of a big deal. Just really want to find ourselves a supporter without having to use that for Seal Stone, and it looks like we're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to use Seal Stone here. Seal Stone's going to pop off. Here, let's get ourselves a Professor Sada's Vitality. I could just get myself Earthen Vessel as well. I honestly don't just hate that. It's getting the guaranteed Earthen Vessel. We can then Greninja as well. I guess that seems fine too. It gives us the guaranteed Slither Wing. I'm honestly not against that. Let's just get the Earthen Vessel. Let's just get the guaranteed hit in here. We'll use the Earthen Vessel, discarding the Squawkabilly. No need for that. And get ourselves a couple of energies. We already have a Lightning in the discard pile, so I'd rather commit with these fighting energies. And we'll use the Greninja, allow us to draw a couple cards. Seems fine. And then we can just attach and use Burning Turbulence, take the knockout. Unfortunately, not able to boss his orders. However, we are going to be able to at least get the Scream Tail off the field, which is definitely quite important. We're going to put down the Ancient Booster. We're going to also put down, I guess we don't really even need to put down Sandy Shocks. We can Pal Pad back in the Iono and Professor Sada's. Seems quite good. Cards are going to be useful, and then we'll use the Burning Turbulence for 90 damage, taking the knockout with the resistance only dealing 90. The burn is not actually relevant, and yeah, we're going to take the first prize card of the game. So Pokégear is good, definitely very, very nice, as we're definitely going to be looking to use something like that Professor Sada's on that next turn. So action is back onto them. Really curious to see exactly what they're able to pull off here. Let's see what they got. There is the Town Store. Probably going to be getting something like, oh, looks like they play their own Ancient Booster as well. So see the Refinement. Wonder what they're getting rid of. Maybe they're just tossing away the Ancient Booster. Yep, makes sense. Just using that to get a free discard for sure. And there is the Radiant Greninja hitting the board. You see that concealed cards, discarding and drawing 2. All right. There's the Artisan. Ooh, okay. Good question is, do they have second Scream Tail? Let's see it. Does Scream Tail number 2 exist? The thing about it is, though, that if they don't have like a cape or anything, they can't actually Scream Tail knock out this Raging Bolt because of the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. Now, what is this card? Oh, it's Fluttermane. Okay, that's kind of a cool card. That's a cool artwork. The card's obviously kind of decent, but the artwork's kind of crazy. It's really cool. All right, here's the Iono into the Sada's Vitality. Exactly what we want to see. Definitely want to see a second Raging Bolt as well, so we can get energies on both the bolts, because we really want to try and just target down this Gardevoir and get it off the field. So, all right, there is the Super Rod being used. Let's see what they end up getting back. Gardevoir and a Scream Tail. Getting put back into the deck. There's the attachment. And yeah, we might just see Gardevoir EX. We could also just see the Fluttermane, which does 90. I guess that also makes sense. Yeah, they could just Flutter Mane here. Pretty cool. Midnight Fluttering, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities except for Midnight Fluttering. So looks like here comes the damage being plopped down onto the Flutter. We see 1, 2, and 3 energy put down, and we are going to see that knockout with that Hex Hurl, putting 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. Probably just going to put them onto the Bolt. I would not be surprised. It then sets up 160 with Screamtail. Oh, looks like they're going to go here. I guess that potentially they're going to try and then set up Screamtail, but we can actually just Switch Cart this off and kind of ruin that entire strategy. And this other 10 damage is not insanely relevant. Probably just wanted to put it there so you can Screamtail for 1 less energy, but on here is interesting for sure. So yeah, let's just promote the Lumineon. We can Switch Cart, heal that off here. Definitely feels quite good to do that. Start off with Artisan, shuffle the deck here, see what we got. Is there anything we can put down? No. Okay, so let's go Professor Sada's. Let's get the Lightning. And I guess we can attach here. I mean, do we really need to attach here? Probably not. I mean, I guess it can't hurt to put it here. I guess we can always just retreat. Yeah. All right. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Go attach here. Seems pretty good. Switch Cart into the Raging Bolts. Now we are at 5 prizes, so I'm actually not going to be able to get a magnetic absorption off, which is a little bit annoying. However, we will get a second Raging Bolt onto the field. Let's plop that down. We can then potentially just use the energy switch and move this over and then strip 1 off the active, which seems pretty good. We'll go here, and then I can just Bellowing Thunder, taking the knockout, dealing 210 damage as the most we could do. However, we just need to get rid of 1. He's a little 70 damage. Take the KO here. Couldn't reach 210, but it seems okay just to take this knockout. And we're back on even prize cards as well, which is always nice. So now we can potentially go after that Gardevoir EX. They might just try and punch me with EX here, taking that knockout, and then I could go into Raging Bolt, take the knockout, and then set up another Raging Bolt to potentially finish off the game. So things are looking interesting here. We see the Greninja, definitely not over for either side here. I'm feeling pretty decent, but definitely think that Gardevoir could pull off the pieces that it needs to win the game. I will see. All right, there is the Refinement. Discarding the Fighting Energy. Yeah, I gotta assume that they're maybe trying to put together a Raging Bolt. Not sure. But if they hit me with Raging Bolt, I'm okay with that because I can just Raging Bolt them back. So, and maybe they don't really want to get rid of the Gardevoir here and like risk it getting knocked out. So maybe they just want to attack with Raging Bolt, which is admittedly an easier Pokemon to knock out. Unless they put Capsule on it. So we'll see. We'll see. Here comes the Ultra Ball. What do they want to get here? All right. Let's see what they end up pulling out of the deck here. There is the Raging Bolt. All right. So yeah, this definitely looks like the route that they're going to be trying to take. The big question is do they have the Sadas? There is the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. And we do see the Sada's Vitality. Here we go. So getting that Fighting Energy on. They just need Lightning Energy, and they can use that Psychic Embrace to retreat the Ralts. So they don't really need a way to switch. They don't need a Switch Card or anything like that. So this now gets very interesting if we do see that Lightning Energy, which I gotta assume is on the way here. Unless they do plan to maybe use a Surprise Memory Skip to try and buy a turn. Maybe. But if they do that, that will buy me plenty of time. So there's the retreat. Looks like Raging Bolt is going into the active spot. They can attach a Lightning Energy and then use Psychic Embrace to spread tons of energies onto the bench. And then they can wipe those all off with Bellowing Thunder, leaving the energies on the active Raging Bolt, which makes it pretty tricky for me to deal with. So here it comes. Psychic Embrace going to be damaging multiple different Pokemon. And then they're going to be able to use the Bellowing Thunder to knock me out. And yeah, things get a little bit spooky for us here, definitely, because they were able to get that Capsule as well, giving them 300 HP, which is pretty spooky for us. We do have Professor Sada's Vitality, so I should be able to get a KO here. Yeah, it should be pretty okay, but I guess it's the follow-up that I'm most concerned about. So because we're gonna have to burn 5 energies to KO this. So it's quite a bit. 5 energies, quite a bit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We just have it in hand, but oh, we see Counter Catcher. Looks like they're gonna take out that Raging Bolt. I'm okay with this. I mean, I expect them to knock me out regardless anyway, so it's not really the end of the world for me here. Here's the Bellowing Thunder getting the KO. I'm fine with it. Definitely okay with that. Not surprised. And there are all the energies hitting the bin. And yeah, I gotta respond here. So I'm gonna promote the Raging Bolt. Would love just the top deck. Another Bolt. That'd be pretty cool. Fighting energy is not terrible. We can use concealed cards to draw 2. Ideally, just finding another Raging Bolt. Ooh, there's another Sandy Shocks. Not terrible. We can bench the Shocks down. We can Professor Sadas. We'll go 1 and 2. Okay. So we did not get there. Well, I mean, like, we have the knockout. That's not the problem. We did not find the ball search that we needed. So we're probably gonna have to PokéStop here. Let's just use Artisan, see what's in the deck here. That's exactly what we're missing. So we got the 1 Raging Bolt left. Ooh, it's a little bit spooky. But we do have a couple of ball search cards and I guess Super Rod as well. So it's like, it's not completely out of the question that we could get. So, all right. I think the upside is there. We're going to go for it. PokéStop. Gonna send it. Gonna see if we can get the ball search card. And we did not. However, I did get a Super Rod, which is nice. I can put back one of the Raging Bolts, which seems quite good. We can use both of our Sandy Shocks magnetic absorptions here. We'll go 1 and we'll magnetic absorption onto here, meaning that we're able to do 350 this turn. We can just attach return as well onto the Raikou. Seems fine. Yeah, definitely tough. We were not able to get that Raging Bolt down. Oh, I would have felt so good about the situation. So we're going to use Super Rod here. Going to put back the Raging Bolt. And I don't really think I need to put back any other energies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means we have a couple energies left. Yeah, we don't need to really put back anything else here. So we'll put back the Raging Bolt, giving ourselves that option to win the game on the next turn. And we're going to use that Bellowing Thunder. Going to be dealing 420 damage here. Pretty crazy. We're going to discard 3. We're up to 420. So we're discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, dealing 350 damage, taking that KO and putting ourselves in a okay situation, kind of in that Iono, and I hope I find something spot. The good thing is, I think I might have, did I prize any ball search cards? I actually don't think I did. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. So we're gonna have to just hope the PokéStop into it at some point. Or actually, no, I guess we did. Yeah. Okay, never mind. We're okay. I guess we did prize 1 Ultra Ball. Okay, so I guess we're okay. That's a pleasant surprise. Now at this point, if they miss Iono, we just got game. I mean, we got game in hand. They really need to in this situation. I mean, okay, maybe I could have just taken the energy off the active, but I kind of wanted that free true Raikou, but we'll see. If they don't have it here and they just punch with EX, then we would just win the game. So looking interesting here. There's refinement. They're gonna be seeing so many cards here. That's like the scary thing. It's like I gotta kind of prepare for the refinement into Iono, something like that. There is the Gallade. That is a sign that the Iono is on the way from Gardevoir, in all likelihood. Now, if they miss it, that would be a pleasant surprise. They have used the 1 Iono, and they do play Sada, so maybe there's a chance they don't have the pieces. You never really know. Here is the Screamtail. The Screamtail is actually not going to be able to knock out my active Raging Bolt unless they have a tool card for it. So that is a positive in the situation. We do have the option to Prime Catcher next turn. It's not like we have to find boss's orders. We can still win the game with Prime Catcher. We can Prime Catcher into the Raikou and then use that energy to retreat. So, you know, things are definitely not amazing, but still have some life. It's definitely still have some life in this game. So, okay. Do get double Sandy Shocks off. So, I mean, if we find Sadas, we can kind of just burn through the whole deck. It really just depends on what happens here. So, here's their refinement. They're going to be able to take out the Greninja here. I got to assume that's what they're going to try and do, unless they can maybe vacuum away the capsule off the Raging Bolt. So, we'll see. It's going to come down to the very end. Here is the Psychic Embrace energy going on to the Scream Tail here. 20, 40... 60 and 80. I got to assume that this ninja is being taken out here, unless they're going to chase the active with a maybe tool card of some sort. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Here we go. Into the Scream Tail. Roaring Scream. There is the ancient. Ooh, there is the ancient booster. So now the question is where do they... like, what do they target now? This is where things get interesting. It's like you have this option to target something else. Where is this damage going? All right, Roaring Scream. Onto the active. So they are targeting active here. Okay, so things get very, very interesting now. There is the Nest Ball. This doesn't help, but we can shuffle the deck here. I mean, we can grab the other Raging Bolt. I think that's worth it. And to be honest, if we just draw Sadas, I think we can see like such a large portion of my deck. I feel pretty confident in finding game. We gotta draw into it, obviously. So we'll see. All right. Fleet-footed, this is the start here. Gonna need to find something here. Fleet-footed into Earthen Vessel. That is a positive start. We can Earthen Vessel away this Raging Bolt to get ourselves a couple of energies. We can then use the Radiant Greninja to discard here. All right, Radiant Greninja discarding the Lightning Energy. We could also just get rid of this energy, but they should just win the game with boss's orders anyways, right? I gotta assume, yeah, they just win the game with boss's orders anyways. Okay, all right. Discarding the lightning, drawing 2. There is, oh, there is there's the Earthen Vessel. Okay, so there's 1 energy left on deck, I believe, right? 7, 8, 9. We play 10 energy, so we can pull the last one out here with Vessel. Okay. So we need to attach 1, right? And we need to pull the last one out here with Vessel. Lightning is fine. We have Sadas. Okay. So, I have a dilemma now. I can just gear and hope to find the piece because I have double Sadas, or I stop first. I think I just stop first here, but I run the small risk of discarding both Sadas, but I think it's okay. I think it's most likely that does not happen. So we'll stop. No double Sada. That's what we're looking for. No double Sada. Okay, so now I can go Magnetic Absorption. Doesn't matter. We can Magnetic Absorption twice. And now it comes down to if we can hit that Prime Catcher. We're going to use 1, take out the Sadas. It's going to come down to this. Oh boy. Here we go. We're going to use the Pokégear once again, thinning out the other Professor Sadas. I have Trekking Shoes in deck as well, so I have a shot at hitting this. Here goes Professor Sadas onto, we're going to put, make sure, yep, we want to put the fighting here, and we can put fighting here. Here we go. Do we get the Prime Catcher? We do get the Prime Catcher. All right, there we go. So going to be able to attach onto the Raging Bolt, Prime Catcher, bring up that Gardevoir, and we have done it. A incredibly close game here. Bellowing Thunder taking the knockout, dealing 420 damage, and we have escaped with just incredible game. This was super, super close, but able to get there with the Raging Bolt. One of the craziest games I have definitely played in a video. So anyways, that is going to do it for today. That was absolutely crazy. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the deck. The list will be in the description. And with that being said, this is Smart TCG. Thank you so much for all the support. If you're looking for any of these cards, check out GameGridSLC.com. Link will be in the description. And I will speak with you again soon. Peace out, everyone.